So this is the Insta360 X3 camera, currently my favorite 360 camera, and in this video I want to share 10 things I love about this camera. So first point is the image quality of this camera. These massive sensors have the capability of shooting 5.7K in your 360 footage, which means you're getting highest quality videos and the highest quality photos because it'll shoot 48 megapixels in 360 mode as well. It is literally an absolute beast of a camera for something that fits in the size of your pocket. Second point is battery life. I think the battery life on this camera is actually pretty decent. It'll actually run for around about 80 minutes when it's fully charged, when you're shooting 360 videos at 5.7K at 30 frames a second. That's what the website claims. Fairly beastly battery. 80 minutes for me has been long enough in that I have plenty of time to recharge it in between activities, and 80 minutes is plenty of time for the camera to run and film my action sports, which is generally mountain biking. Another thing as well with the battery life, I've never experienced this camera overheating, so you can film for 80 minutes and the camera won't turn off, it won't use even more battery life. It's got a really good way of dealing with the heat and dissipating the heat and staying efficient, so I like that. Third point, this camera is great for beginners. So if you're brand new to the world of Insta360 cameras and 360 photography and videography in general, this camera is super beginner friendly. Insta360 have done a really good job though of making this really simple for anybody to pick up, turn on, follow the on-screen instructions and shoot great video. It's even great as well when you first buy the camera. Insta360 actually guide you through a setup process on the screen. It's really intuitive, really interactive, and it'll teach you all the basic functions of the camera so you know your way around the camera within 5 or 10 minutes of owning it. And as for what settings to use, I've included a link in the description below to my action camera video settings cheat sheet, and this is just basically a one-page document, if you like, of all my favorite settings that you can just plug straight into your camera as a beginner, depending on what activities you're shooting and where you are, and that will guarantee you the best quality footage. So make sure you get on there and grab that once you finish watching this video. Fourth point, this camera is really versatile. Insta360 have done a really good job of making this adaptive for so many different sports and activities. Like for instance, I use this camera a lot for mountain biking, and I generally mount it to different points on my helmet and my chest, which can give some really cool shots when I'm out riding in different locations. Not only that, Insta360 have got a whole wide range of accessories you can buy for this camera. So even if you're just doing like lifestyle vlogs, travel videos, things like that, you can get things that are attached into the bottom here. I think it's a 1/4-inch screw thread. That basically gives you access to all sorts of different accessories on Insta360's website to help you get the shot you're after. Fifth point is this screen size. I mean, look at the size of it. Absolutely massive. Now, something I've noticed on other 360 cameras is the screen is quite small, so it's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly where you're pressing and pulling down on the screen, and sometimes you can end up pressing the wrong button or doing something you don't want to do on your camera. Because the screen is so big, it's fairly simple to swipe down, swipe across, and actually like pinpoint exactly where you want to click on the screen, and the camera is super intuitive. So I like the fact that it's really responsive and it's just a big screen to see what you're actually doing. Number 6, navigation. The camera is super easy to navigate around with just a couple of simple swipes of your finger. You can navigate the settings of the camera, you can navigate the actual setup of your camera, you can access the library of the footage you've shot. There's all sorts of things you can do on here, and it's also customizable as well in the settings menu, which you can set up on your phone, so you can really personalize this camera for exactly what you want. 7th point is that it will connect on the go. So once you download the app on your phone, it's really simple to connect to your phone, really fast as well. And there's some really cool features in the phone app. One of them, which I really love, it's called Shot Lab. And this makes it really simple and creative to turn all your 360 videos into somewhat of a masterpiece. And again, you don't have to be an expert in video editing or anything like that. Insta360 literally have templates and tutorials straight in the app that you just click and drop your videos into, and it will do all the work for you. As well as that, you can just quickly edit videos for sharing on social media, which is what I like doing as well. But most of the time, I like editing my footage on a desktop computer just because I feel I get a little bit more of a hand in what I want to tweak on the videos. And that leads me on to the next point, which is editing. I use Insta360 Studio to edit all my 360 videos. I feel that is the best 360 reframing platform that you can use right now. It doesn't work with any other camera, so you've got to use it with an Insta360 camera and their footage. I feel it's so versatile, simple to pick up, and it's really good and really easy to fine tune your footage. It does take a little bit of getting used to, but I feel once you've got the hang of it, which doesn't take too long, you can create some really, really epic stuff. And if you want a full video tutorial on how to use that Insta360 Studio, there'll be a link on the screen somewhere now where you can just click and you can watch that tutorial. The next point is waterproofing of this camera. So most cameras nowadays are waterproof. The Insta360 X3 is no different. So if you want to do things outdoors like I do, or you want to go underwater with diving and snorkeling and stuff like that, this camera has waterproof capabilities. It's super durable as well, so you can get some really, really versatile and creative shots whilst you're under the water. And 10 is fast charging, I think anyway. It has a runtime of 80 odd minutes, and it takes about 90 minutes to charge a battery from empty to full, which I don't think is too long. I generally carry 2 or 3 of these batteries around, which I'll put a link to in the description below, as well as like a multi-charger for these. I just think it's useful to carry at least one spare battery with you at all times. Whatever camera you've got, doesn't matter if it's one of these or something else. It's just so annoying when you get caught with no battery and you're about to shoot something epic. You don't want to do that, you want to avoid that, which is why I always carry spare batteries. Even in the worst case scenario, you can go and grab a coffee or something and you can charge this back to full power in 90 minutes. Drop me a comment below if you've got any questions on it. I really do like this camera. I really do think it is one of the best 360 cameras out right now. It's one of my favorites, and it's one of the cameras that I use on an almost daily basis to shoot all my videos. If you want to grab this camera, if you're thinking about it, there is a special link below. If you go through that link and you buy this camera, you'll be supporting this channel, which is fantastic. Thank you very much if you do that. Don't forget to grab my video settings cheat sheet as well, which will be also below, which will just give you all the settings that you can plug straight into your camera.